Hello everyone. This is Mistress Sweet Pea and I'm here with another podcast today. I hope everyone is doing well and everyone is enjoying the new year. I know things are crazy out there, but we're strength in numbers. So anyways, I hope you all are doing well. I am here with Yoda and the green king. He's a green something that works with Yoda. So anyways, I hope everyone's doing well, and grab a cup of coffee or water, whatever, sit down, relax, and let's talk about something tech related today. I am taking a break from coffee today. I'm actually having hot chocolate. It's that cold outside and I need hot chocolate. Well, I don't need it. I just trying to wean myself off coffee. That's going to be a project in itself. That's probably going to be a podcast idea. How to wean yourself off coffee. Anyways, on that note, I hope everyone's doing well. And today's topic is technology in the education system. So it depends on whether you're a Gen Xer like myself, or whatever age you are. When you went to school, there was some aspect of technology. It just depends on when you went to school. I went to school in the 80s, and I remember having to take a computer class. I remember we had Apple computers at the time, and I had no idea how to use them. I was let's just say that I was worse than a 80-year-old trying to teach an 80-year-old person how to use a computer. Need I say any more? Anyways, so we're going to discuss technology in the classroom, elementary, junior high, and high school level, as well as what we can expect in the future, as well as the pros and cons of teaching technology. I know that this is, how do I say, technology right now is kind of an iffy subject for some people, and I understand and I respect that. But well, let's go ahead and get started, and we will see how far we go. So, technology boot camp. It's a word that I've heard a lot, and I'm not sure if you have, but technology boot camp, or what they call tech boot camp, is a short, fast training program where it basically covers certain aspects of technology like coding, web design, digital skills, cybersecurity, AI, and it basically crams everything into like a 3 or 4 month program. Depending on where you go, sometimes some places offer 6 months or even a year. It depends on the location or where you're going. It's basically kind of like going to college, but it's a more condensed version. So your classes probably are, let's say, 3 or 4 weeks. So they're cramming everything in that time period. So it's pretty much fast paced, or as they say, a crash course. It's like a crash course into technology. But most tech boot camps are hands-on. You learn by hands-on activities, by building websites, apps, data tools, even reading and listening to what other people have invented or come up with. That's the part I can't wait to do, because right now I'm studying computer science engineering. I'm going for my bachelor's degree. I already have I have 2 master's degrees. Now I'm going for a bachelor's. You would think by now, at my age, I would quit. But you know what? I love learning. I'll never stop. So my next course that I'm taking is Introduction to Software, building software applications. That I can't wait to try. Anyways, I digressed. I apologize. So, tech boot camps, again, they're hands-on. You can also have them. They're also done online, in person. They can be full-time, part-time, self-paced. Basically, it's like a crash course in college, but at your pace, however you can do it. So, and there are various types of boot camps. For example, you have boot camps that cover specific topics and some that cover a range of topics. There's one that I know of that focuses on just cybersecurity, learning how to protect computers and networks from hackers. And that alone is a course that I highly recommend. If you are interested in computer science and networking, I highly suggest taking a course on that. And then throughout the podcast, I will provide links for some websites that I highly suggest checking out at your leisure to see if it's something that you might want to consider. But cybersecurity is one that is always changing, and I highly recommend it if you're into that type of technology learning. There's also cloud computing and DevOps, learning how to manage servers and applications that are in the cloud. There's also data and AI, learning about data analysis, machine learning, artificial intelligence, as well as web and app developments, learning how to build websites and mobile apps. So these boot camps they range in everything. And again, some of them are not just technology. They have boot camps for other areas of learning, but for this purposes of this podcast, we're focusing strictly on just technology. Boot camps they also help jobs. Like they also help, they include some, depending on where you go, some of these boot camps also provide resources to help you find a job after you're done with the certification, or even after you're done taking a couple of classes. It's like they give you resume tips, they give you practice interviews, how to approach a prospective employer, how to interview well. They give you connections to companies, let you know which companies are hiring. So the boot camps, while they're intense, they're also they can help you find a great job in the tech industry. Boot camps they're often done online, they're flexible. It just depends on your needs. So the good things about boot camps for technology. So they're fast paced and they're focused. So that's one of the pros I love about boot camps is they're focused. So you're not going to have some professor digress and talk about something completely different. If the class is AI, you're going to get AI training. And that's one thing I like. And they're giving you skills to help you in the job industry. So as you explore out into the job world, they'll be able to give you some tips and help you with that. You also building something real, like building a application for your cell phone or a cell phone, building a website. So like it's complete hands-on. So it's not watching someone up on a whiteboard telling you how to do this and how to do that. It's hands-on, and that's what I like. I don't know about you all out there, but for me, I'm hands-on. I cannot sit there and listen to a professor talk. I literally will probably fall asleep. I don't learn by listening. I learn by doing. Good structure and support. A clear plan, focus. You have teachers, mentors, that stay on track and basically help you at your pace. That's one of the good things about these boot camps. Career help included, as we already previously discussed. Once you complete your course or certification, they help you with trying to locate a job. Flexible format, part-time, online, we've already covered that, but again, it's flexibility based on your schedule. Now, the not so good things about technology boot camp. It can be expensive. So while you may see out there online, free course, be leery because not everything is free. And if it's free, it could be a catch. But there are some that offer some really medial online classes for technology, but they're far and few in between, and you really have to dig deep to find them because they can, depending on where you go, these technology boot camps can run as high as thousands of dollars. It just depends on what you're looking for and where you're looking for. If you've got the money for it, kudos, that's great. I would do it too. So the other thing is they're very intense. So if you're the kind of person who has you have a learning issue or learning disability, it's hard to keep, it's too fast paced and you have to slow down. It's not something I would recommend. For myself, it's not something I can handle. For me, learning all the technology that I've learned thus far has been at my pace and by my doing, because I cannot sit there and listen to someone cram all this knowledge into my head for 1 hour and leave and say, okay, because I wouldn't understand what they said. So again, that's the other thing. It's very intense. You have to have the right frame of mind to do these type of boot camps, which unfortunately I don't. It's not as deep as a degree. So basically, boot camps are they're like these 6-month certification courses you used to hear about on TV commercials back in the 90s and early 2000s. So these certifications are just that, certifications. It's not an accredited college degree. It's different. And I'm not saying that they're low class or they're not good enough. They're great. I've known people that have used them and they love it. They are actually there's a couple of people that I know that have done technology boot camps have gone on to become very successful in their careers. So it doesn't mean that if you do a boot camp that it's not the equivalent of a degree. It's not, but it doesn't mean you're going to learn any less. It just means they're cramming everything that a technology degree program has into 3 months. So that's quite intense, or 6 months, depending on where you go. The other thing, some of these companies promise you a job. Oh, complete this certification in 6 months, we will find you a job. Red flag. There's no guarantee that any company is going to find you a job. They might be able to give you pointers and give you options and tell you where to go or try this or try that. There is no way any company can guarantee a job. And if they do, I would read the fine print before I sign anything, because there has to be something that's required of you. It's not possible. Anyone that promises to find you a job, I would be leery about. But again, that's one of the negative cons about technology boot camps, is that, they say, oh, most people get the jobs, we'll find you a job, we guarantee you a job within 3 months after you finish your program. No, you still have to put the effort in yourself to find one. The other negative thing about technology boot camps is the quality of the lessons that you're learning. Do you have a quality instructor? Do you have an instructor who actually cares? Who is, how do you say? There are instructors out there that pretend they care because they're just there to collect a paycheck. But it depends on the quality of what you're learning. If you've got a professor that's teaching you online and he or she is passionate about what they're doing, that's good quality right there. Some boot camps are not hands-on. It's basically you log into Zoom and you're spending 3 nights a week for an hour listening to someone talk about material. Doesn't work. At least for me, it doesn't. Everyone's different, so everyone has their own, that's fine. But if I signed up for a program and saw that all the professor was doing was talking and there was no hands-on, I wouldn't do it. And again, the last thing is, it's not the same as a college degree. So boot camps give you skills, but it doesn't replace getting a degree. So again, if you're not sure, let's say you just graduated high school and you're like, I think I want to do a degree in computer science. I'm not sure yet. Try to apply, do a boot camp, do a technology boot camp, see what's out there, learn what you can, and then decide for yourself if it's something you want to pursue. Because remember, technology boot camps do not replace getting a degree. Most companies do want a degree, but if you do a technology boot camp before college, it gives you an insight into, okay, well, this is what it's going to possibly be like when I go to college. So it's a great idea. I highly recommend it. If you if it's if it's something that you want to do, I highly recommend testing the waters first. So there are 3 websites I highly recommend checking out if you want to do some online boot camp for technology. One is called Coursera.org, and that's Coursera.org. Now, if you go to Coursera, I'm on the website right now. So Coursera has their website is very much self-explanatory. It's very easy to maneuver. You can click on for individuals, for businesses, universities, for governments. They do have some free courses, but again, you've got to look and pay attention. Some of them are free, but there is a caveat with that. The caveat is you need to put some money down. So you want to double check everything before you make a purchase or make a decision. Coursera is one that I have known people that have used it and they love it. The other one is, and Coursera has, you can even learn about Google. You can get Google certification, Microsoft, IBM, Stanford University. I mean, the possibilities are endless here. I mean, look, they've got categories and it's not just technology. They've got business, data science, physical science and engineering, math and logic, healthcare, language learning. Possibilities are endless. The other website's called edx.org. This one is, the website again is user friendly. I'm on it right now. You can register for free. The only caveat with this website is that most of these classes you do have to make some sort of a payment towards. Like this one here, I just pulled up certificates for, okay, this one says computer science for AI. It's 2 courses, 5 months to complete in an introductory level. But when you click on it, let's see how much it costs. So this one gives you an overview of the program, what classes you're going to take. It doesn't, see it, and it's basically $466. Again, if you can afford it, I highly recommend it. The last one is called Codecademy.com. So that's Codecademy.com. This one is for people like myself who love to do coding. If you like Python and you want to learn coding, this website has boot camps galore. If you click on Explore Boot Camps, there are so many. They tell you the upcoming boot camps that you can join. They tell you if it's available. But let's see, again, that's the price. So if I want to take this class that says Applied Data Science with Python for Beginners Boot Camp, $360. But again, it's for 3 sessions a week. So you get what you paid for. I'm sure everyone's heard that before. You get what you paid for. Those are the top 3 that I recommend checking out, but I want you all to do your own homework and find what's best for you. These are great tools to consider. I highly recommend checking them out. Again, I want you just to make your own decision as to what works best for you. Now, we're going to take this on a different level. Now, we talked about technology boot camps, but now we're going to talk about technology in the education field, meaning elementary, junior high, and high school. So, technology is used at all levels from K through 12. Technology is used everywhere and within that grading system. Again, if you went to school in the 50s, you probably had some sort of technology involvement. I'm not sure. I wasn't around then. I grew up in the 80s. We had to spend 45 minutes every couple of days, I think like 2 or 3 days a week, in a computer class. So technology is used from K through 5 is considered elementary. So basically technology for kids at that age, usually kids use tablets, Chromebooks. They use that to help them read, write in math type in. And some schools even give students a device, depending on the school. If they've got the funds allocated, they'll give each student a tablet or a computer. Teachers use tools like whiteboards, learning apps like in elementary school, ABC Mouse was popular. When I did an internship back in 2012 in a kindergarten class. In 2012, we had technology, and it was absolutely amazing just to see these kids. They weren't given a tablet. Each kid in the classroom had their own computer, but it stayed in the school. They didn't take it home with them. And you'd be surprised, these kindergarten kids, they were quite sharp. Actually, I had one little kid kind of tell me how I needed to move. I had trouble with a page, and I had a 5-year-old explain to me how to maneuver on a page. I'm like, wow, that's cool. So again, K through 5 elementary education, kids are just getting acclimated, getting started with learning about technology. Teachers using whiteboards to, teach their lessons. Well, now when you get to middle school, junior high, which is grades 6 through 8, students are now starting to get involved in doing research, writing, projects. They are usually at that point given a Chromebook or any sort of laptop or tablet. They actually work together. They have Google Classrooms and Teams. They learn basics like spreadsheets, presentations. So they're now starting, the junior high kids are starting to get their technology palette wet. So they're starting to dig deep into spreadsheets and research projects. Where to go online to find research projects, where to go to find, if you have to write a paper on Ben Franklin, they get ideas of what they can utilize. Then when we talk about high school is more obviously grades 9 through 12. Almost all classes have some sort of technology in it, whether it's a whiteboard, a laptop, a video, digital assignments. Students start doing their homework on laptops, and then they just email their assignments to their teachers. Many schools offer classes at that point in web design, video auditing, robotics, and engineering. So, because when you're in high school, you're preparing them, the teachers are preparing you for college, so they actually will have these classes that they offer to kids. So, kids benefit from technology. They do and they don't. The one thing I do want to mention is for kids, they need to realize that they cannot depend on artificial intelligence like ChatGPT, Copilot, Gemini. They can't focus heavily on the information in these AI tools, because those ChatGPT, Gemini, all of those most of the time they contain misinformation. So while these tools are great for research papers, sometimes it's better to go to a library if you can and do some manual 80s research like we used to do back in the day. Growing up, I didn't just go on to ChatGPT to help me write a paper. I went to a library. I went to an actual card catalog. So again, I just want to point that out there for those. So technology learning, the benefits for kids to learn technology is that it's fun, it's engaging. You're learning something new. You have your friends with you. You're all learning together. You have more access to information. Kids today have way more access to information than when I was in school. When I was in school, I had to go to the library and look at flipping through the card catalog to try to find something. They have stronger digital skills. I mean, the kids today they're more digital literacy than Gen Xers. I mean, my niece, who is 12, knows the ins and outs of her phone and laptop better than I do, and she's 12. So these kids today are very smart. They are. Now, some of the good points about having technology in the K through 12 school system is that it's personalized for each student. Students learn, and the one thing I do want to point out is, and this gets overlooked a lot, and it really angers me. Special needs kids, or special needs kids can benefit greatly from technology, and I just want to make sure that people realize that I visited schools where special needs kids were just basically left in a classroom to learn whatever or to socialize. That's not going to help them. Just because they're special needs, they still can learn at their pace. And technology is a great resource to help them. There's so many tools out there that can help them to learn. And there are tools that help people with whether it's someone can't hear, can't see. There's so much. It's a plethora out there of technology that can help everyone, and we just need to make sure schools utilize it to the advantage of these students, into all students. So on that note, just a few little things I want to wrap up with. Technology in schools, again, can be a huge help, can be a good friend to everyone, but it only benefits the students when it's used well. If you use it well, it's a huge benefit, and it's just amazing. It makes learning more fun, personable, and connected to the real world. Because admit it, technology, we're all connected through technology in one way or another. So whether you don't like artificial intelligence, for example, if you don't like artificial intelligence, then you shouldn't have a laptop, you shouldn't have a cell phone, and you should go live off the grid, because everything has AI in it. Your cell phone that you use every day has AI technology. It's not like you can go ahead and uninstall it. So again, we're all connected to the real world, and that's one of the huge benefits of technology. I mean, we're in the United States, and you can connect to someone in Russia or Czechoslovakia or wherever. That's awesome. We couldn't do that, I don't know how many decades ago. And then again, but we also want to remember that with technology comes responsibility. Monitoring your kids' time on the internet. Too much screen time is not good. Kids still need to be kids. They still need to go out and play, hang out with their friends. This is where parents have to kind of monitor them. And also, some kids you have to take into consideration, libraries should be funded properly to be able to provide more resources to kids who do not have the ability at home to have the internet. So we need to make sure that the internet and this technology is available to everyone. Everyone. I mean, there are people that there are kids that have to go to a library to do homework because they don't have internet at home. That's not right. Everyone should have the ability, everyone should have the right to the internet. So that's something I'm hoping that gets resolved and they'll figure it out. So that way everyone has that option. And on that note, thank you for tuning in today. I hope everyone has a great day. Peace and love to all, and please everyone, be nice to each other.